In this video, we will going to learn how we can connect PHP MySQL with React Native. So let's get started without wasting time. So I've created a project with expo init command, and this is the basic structure of project. So and which in there is a app.js file, and I've created one another file in a screen folder which I created registration service screen.js. Okay, and in app.js file I have importing this registration screen file and returning it simply so that I can see the content of registration screen in here screen in my mobile. Okay, so in registration screen I've imported two hooks of React and simple React, and from React Native I imported basic view, text, style sheet, text input and button. Okay, so what I'll do is first I'll create three text input: username, email and password, and a button. So on whenever user press the button, the value of three text input will go to backend, that is our PHP code, and PHP code will query the data, query according to data, and return the response based on the query result. Okay, so first let's create a three text input here. Okay, I'll copy this simply. Let's give them a placeholder of username. Okay, placeholder of email, placeholder of password. Fine, you can see. Okay, this is not looking good, but let's keep some basic styling. Style equals to style dot input. Fine, and we need a button also. Button will be in a view. We'll wrap that button in a view. Title will be registered. Okay, and let's give a style of this view. Style equals to style dot input, sorry, button container. Fine, now in the styling let's give them a style input and button container. Fine, in button container I simply want margin top of 20, and in input first of all I want to show spacing between them by vertical alignment, padding vertical. Okay, so now I want to give a border in bottom and border bottom width of 1. Cool, you can see. And now the last is width, let's say 55%. Cool, this is looking not bad. Now two things keep to be kept in mind. First is email. Email should start with small letter, not with a capital letter. So I'll set auto capitalize to none. And for password, now right now if I write something in password, to start with this no simple character. But what I want to hide this character. For that there is a field of secure text entry which will be true. Cool. And password should be auto capitalized to none. Okay, now for these three text input, what I want to create three variables. Const first will be username, set username state, and initial value is goes here. I'll copy this. Second will be email, third will be password, set password, and these are just a naming convention. Username, set username, you can name it anything you want, it's up to you. Okay, now I'll create one more variable for the button, is submit, set is submit, which will be false initially. Okay, now what we'll do, first of all, whenever the user press this button, I want to set this is submit to true. Okay, so set is submit to true. Cool. Now what I want is I want to get the value of these text input into these state variables. Okay, so how we can do, there are two ways. The attribute we use is onChange text, and we can do it in two ways. First way is you will write an anonymous function, that is inline function, and set email will be this value. Okay, the another way is you can create a separate function. Function name, you can name it anything you want. I'll name it username handler, and this will receive an argument of value string, okay, from the text input, and here I'll call set username to this value. Fine. And and in here on change text, I'll call this function, that is username handler. Okay, I'll copy this and I'll paste in the password field. Set password. This approach is good because here you can do all the validations and show the error to users dynamically. Okay, so that's it about the getting the values. So whenever a user types a value, start typing a value, on each press this function will be called. Okay, and the value will be set to this. Same in the input field, whenever the user start typing, the value will be set to this email, using this set email. Okay, so now I'll use effect to before that, one more thing I want to tell is I have installed a Axios library. Let me install Axios. Why? You can do this with fetch also, fetch function of PHP, fetch function of JavaScript also, but I like Axios, that's why import Axios from Axios. Okay, this way. Now let's use this. And here my dependency list. Okay, so first of all I want to create a function authenticate here. Why I'm creating a separate and function and calling it here? Because this use effect cannot be asynchronous. Okay, I want this function to be asynchronous because this Axios library will return a promise. Okay, so here Axios dot, you can see various methods: get, post, create, default, interceptor. Okay, so I'll use post, and I'll copy my link. Wait, yeah, good. This is okay. Sorry, yeah. So this is my link, and the second argument will be my data, json dot stringify. Okay, so I want to send three arguments: email, password, and username. Cool. So this will return a promise. Obviously we need to handle the promise. Dot, then this will give a response, so we can simply console.log response. Okay, now here you can do navigate the user based, navigate user based on the response. Okay, now we can handle the error as well. Now you can see here it is always calling this Axios. Okay, so dot catch, here you can catch errors. Cool. Now my dependency will be is submit. Is submit whenever user press the button, this should get called. Okay, so that's why my dependency is submit, and I can check here if is submit, then only it will get called. Okay, so here I can set is submit to false, so that if user presses again, it will get called. Okay, and here this is my authentication file. Okay, and so you can write the code here. Okay. So this from this function we get the JSON data which we receive from here. Okay, mm, this data, fine, and now we can put this in, we can decode this like this, $JSON comma true. Here we got the object. Now we can extract the values from this object. Username, I'll copy this. Password, cool. Now I'll just simply copy this. Okay, I'm writing a query, select star from user where email equals to this email. Okay, this email. Why I'm doing this? First I need to check whether the user we are trying to register is already present or not on our database. So we are doing this. Now we are running the query on server, and we are getting how many number of rows we got in result. Okay, so there will be three conditions. First, if count value will be 1, this means the data is already present, it means email is already present, this user is already registered on our website. And if count is 0, then we will simply insert the user in our database. Okay, and if something went wrong, then we are simply return the result to fail. So okay, how we return the result? First we need to create an array, and then we need to encode it in JSON, and we simply echo it. Okay, that's it. Result is email already present, here result is okay, and here result is fail. Simply now save this. Okay, so and here is my database. You can see, you can simply clear it. Okay, so email ID, email password, and username. Okay, now let's give it a try. Okay, so you can see actually it should be response to data. Okay, now if I click, email already present because I already clicked here. So you can see now, let's say if I click again, we will get the data, email already present. Okay, now let's say I'll try it with another email ID. Okay, it is inserted. Now if I again click on register, email already present. So that's how you can communicate with PHP and MySQL in React Native. Okay, so I'll wrap this into summary. Now text input, you need to create text inputs for your registration data, then you need to create button, and okay, then you need to create state variable for each input, and then you need to create another state variable for button state, that whether button is pressed or not. Okay, and you can use Axios and you can use Fetch also. Both works. There is no difference. There are few differences, but in this case, both will work. Okay. Now I am creating using use effect hook, and then I'm calling it axios.post and sending the data, and then resolving the promise into the and catch. Okay, simply. So this way you can do this. And that's all for this video. Thank you.